Hey everyone, I'd like to tell you what the future of weed control may look like, in particular herbicides. Now I'm telling you this because we have Associate Professor Todd Gaines from Colorado State University visiting AHRI. He's staying in Western Australia at AHRI for a year, and he recently gave a lecture about all of his work. He's one of the world experts on the genomics of weeds. Now, you've seen us report about all the different genes for different types of herbicide resistance in Australia, in AHRI Insight in the past. Now, where is all of that heading? Well, that's what I'm going to tell you now. So Todd recently gave us a lecture and cleared all this up for us. Step one is describing the genome of the weed species. Now, Todd and other researchers from all over the world have already described the genome of 51 different weed species. So that's a tick. That's already happened, and that is ongoing for other weed species. Step two, as I mentioned, we are always looking at the genetics, the genomics of herbicide resistance. Our researchers, as we often report in AHRI Insight, are looking for the specific gene mutations that endow resistance. So it might be a target site mutation, or it might be one of the many metabolic type resistances. Particularly, we've been reporting lately on some of our P450s resistance and the gene responsible. So that is happening and is ongoing. Now, the next one here that Todd told us about is this idea of using something like a rat test. You know, the test we used during COVID to see if we had COVID. Well, using one of those to crush up some leaves of weeds, put it in the test, 10 minutes later, you get an answer of, does this weed have this specific gene for resistance? Well, guess what? That has already happened as well. There is one of those on the market in the UK for blackgrass. So we could potentially see a lot more of those where agronomists can do a very quick, cheap test in the paddock, find out exactly which resistance mutations we have. Now, what can we do with that information? Well, we can use it to apply exactly the right herbicide. The other exciting part of what Todd told us is the next generation of herbicides, if you like, is these RNA-based herbicides. You might have heard about RNAi in the past, well, there's other ones now, which is very similar, called ASOs. So that is essentially spraying a very tiny fragment of RNA, or millions of them, onto our weeds that turn off some of these resistance mutations, and then the herbicide works again. Or sometimes these RNA strands are a herbicide in themselves. They are turning off a particular enzyme that the plant needs to function, turn that off, and we have a herbicide. Now, there are already 4 drugs registered in the USA that use this sort of technology. We don't have a registered herbicide as yet, but that research is ongoing. So that's what it could look like. We describe the genome, we find out what the exact mutations are, we use a rat test to work out which mutation we're looking at, and then choose exactly the right RNA-based herbicide, or that plus a combination of herbicide, to make sure that we can kill the weeds with the mutations that they have, because we know, because we've tested them with a rat test in the paddock. Pretty amazing stuff, amazing research. Thanks to Todd for presenting it in a way that we could understand, and for more information, take a look at AHRI Insight.